really do appreciate the difference we're seeing with this administration compared to what we've seen in the past, a real proactive approach based on getting stuff done. I recall times in the past where, it was very difficult to get things done. It's a big difference when you're working with an administration that's doing things right, trying to get to yes, versus an administration that's looking for every reason to get to no. And specifically, Secretary, your approach on let's get projects done, not just exist to create paperwork and to kind of spin the plate of procedural activity, and it's make a big difference. It's extremely important for our country, and especially, and I've said this before, when we think about the Army Corps in the past, us having a very proactive approach that we're in a race against China on infrastructure and building capabilities. And so I want to thank you for that. When I talk to people all over the country, they can see the difference, and it's going to put us in a strong position going forward. Wanted to talk about a couple issues that are relevant in my district, but also national priorities. One is the Matagorda Ship Channel. I know you're very well aware of it. The previous administration unprecedentedly rescinded the record of decision, first time for a congressionally approved project that had ever been done in history, really to kind of put this project back at zero. You've done a lot of work in kind of playing catch up for the previous administration. Want to thank you all for that. Want to know what else is left for us to be done in Congress, how important that this get into WARDA 2026. Anything else we can do from a congressional standpoint, even, I know one of the challenges is even the availability of dredges, for example, which we can throw more money, but that doesn't mean there's more dredges necessarily unless we work on that issue. Anything we could be doing, kind of in the how can we help you help us category?
Sir, you're absolutely correct, and I was very pleased to visit Matagorda a few months ago. I mean, if you just think for a minute about what it would mean to our country if we could have a port that currently on the Gulf of America in Texas that currently is not performing up to its capability, and we could add an asset to our economy, to our ability to export petroleum products. I mean, this is a key opportunity, and this is one of the most difficult areas to navigate along the entire Gulf of America. And your advocacy for the Matagorda Ship Channel is well placed, and we totally agree. The FY26 work plan included significant funding for this project. You and I are in very close touch about what else may be needed, and in close touch with your constituents as well. And so we really look forward to working through this as we get into the design phase here. General Graham, anything to add on Matagorda?
Our commitment to you, Representative Cloud, is that we're going to get the validation report and the Packer update in to WARDA 26. Right now, our timeline is to finish no later than 31 July, and our commitment to you is to make that.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Y'all been really great to work with on this, and again, thank you. I wanted to touch on one thing with you. You could probably guess what it is. In the region, we're in severe droughts in the Gulf Coast region, Corpus Christi specifically. We've been working on desalination. We've been able in legislation to begin the stand-up of a water technology center of excellence for the Gulf of America, to really bring a focus to what needs to be done along the coast for desalination, for best use of water technology and the like. Y'all have been very helpful, again, in what we need to do to bring a solution to this. The president was down recently, talked about, hey, we need to get this done. Wanted to ask you, I know one specific request is the city is working and preparing for application to the Smart Water Program and our Water Smart program. And as of yesterday, our understanding is that they've submitted everything they need. I was wondering if you could speak to maybe the timeline and the decision on that, anything else we need to be doing to make sure that becomes a priority. I mean, you know how important it is to all the industry there, supplier of jet fuel for the country, strategic from a national security standpoint and the like, but we're running out of water, so.
No, thank you for the question, Representative Cloud. Yeah, we know that we're seeing drought across the West, and of course, as it's impacting Texas. So desal, yeah, we're gonna have to all be leaning in, trying to make sure that we're using that tool in the toolbox and trying to figure out where those opportunities are. So you're exactly right. We've been tracking really closely the feasibility study. So I know that there's been multiple conversations with Reclamation just to make sure that you've got all the pieces in there. So I've been tracking it very closely as well. Also, yes, there's gonna be a notice of funding opportunity. We're working through that. There'll be $120 million that will be available for that application process. I know that there was some discussion last time too, where I think there was a cap on it. So we're also looking for opportunities to possibly remove that cap. So don't know the exact timing as it relates to if there's anything else with your feasibility study, but please know I'm tracking it very closely to make sure if there's any issues, I'll make sure to follow up.